So I want to talk about the PS5. Now, I was lucky enough to get one back in November, which in itself was a feat, right? Plenty of my friends that want one still don't have one. You pretty much have to either know somebody or win the online fucking lottery. Walmart, Amazon, Sony Direct, Best Buy. I mean, there, list goes on. That's a few here in California. But I feel like it's just the ultimate blue balls of all time. I mean, how can you release a console and have no fucking games come out for it? It's like they release this console and they're like, "Yeah, hey, everybody buy it." But nobody can get one at the same time. We have limited quantities. It's hard to produce. Really? Is it hard to produce? Just creating a fucking demand while sales are probably down. Now, there's been some decent games here and there, right? Like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I really love. Godfall was fun for 2 days. The Avengers PS5 version is really good. But my list kind of drops off because the other games, none of them are for just PS5. I mean, even in that list, Avengers and Assassin's Creed Valhalla started out as PS4 games. And what I'm talking about is a specific PS5 game, like, for instance, Returnal. Now, I played that game to completion. I got the secret ending. I did all the fun stuff you can do. That game was horrible. Not only was it only 1 day of gameplay for the main story, the storyline it felt like it was built by a schizophrenic homeless person. I mean, none of it made sense. Oh, but Skitty, what about after you see these little clips here and there? Yeah, okay, it like leads you in a circle, gives you pieces of this and this and this, but you still don't know why any of it's happening. You don't. I paid attention to the whole game. Even with the secret ending where they're like, you know what, it's gonna really plug in there. You're gonna really figure out what's going on. No, you still have no idea what's going on at all. At all. So, if anyone would like to share what the actual story is with me, if you have facts to support what's going on in there, sure, let me know. But I mean, I also don't care. The gameplay was really smooth. That's the one thing that I did like about it. I don't want to just sit and talk shit. The gameplay was awesome. The adaptive triggers and all that stuff worked. So the PS5 engine, great. But where's all the slump busters, right? If we got blue balls for the past 6 months, where's the slump buster? Where am I really going to be like, oh yeah, this is the PS5 experience? Where's that coming? They pushed off all the good games. I mean, fuck, dude. You released the PS5 for over a year and a half, 2 years until the main series games come out? What? When I found out God of War got pushed to 2022 like 2 days ago, I was like, oh! Not only is God of War fucking pushed off, which is the whole reason I bought this thing, Final Fantasy 16 pushed off. Harry Potter Legacy of Hogwarts or whatever pushed off. I mean, the list goes on. Any of the games that are getting people excited to buy a PS5 are fucking not till 2022. Absolutely unreal to me. Unreal. It's such a scheme. Such a goddamn scheme. Absolutely blows my mind. And so, I have this theory that they're not putting any games out and they're pushing them off on purpose so that when they drop more consoles, oh, guess what? Our supply chain issue is done. Now we can produce X amount more, millions more. Then everyone's going to pop, and buy them, And the reason that they don't have so many available is because they don't want a bunch of people like me feeling like it's a lackluster machine. Now, don't get me wrong, I would have bought it either way because I'd prefer to use the current gen console for PlayStation. PlayStation's my favorite. In my opinion, they are at the leaders as far as console gaming goes. They're at the frontier. You know, if you want to argue with me about Xbox, go ahead, but PlayStation's been around way longer. And I dare say they're cooler. They get more tail. PlayStation does. Anyway, you know, it's just my my little synopsis on it. It's not quite where it needs to be. Just all of this. Yeah, I get it. COVID, quarantine, all right, but really, fucking really, dude. It's June of 2021, and all these games are just pressed out, huh? Pushed off. Like, there's not software at home to be working on shit like this. Like, everyone in the entire world else is working remote from home, but the video game producers can't. Something stinks. Something stinks. I don't know what they're up to. I'm excited. I may not like it, but I'm excited. But man, you know. And shout out to Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, the DLC coming out June 9th or 10th, and Ratchet and Clank coming out June 10th. So those two I'm very excited about. They're very small potatoes though, right? Because Final Fantasy came out in like March or April of 2020. And so, you know, they had fucking a year and 3 months to make a DLC. A DLC. It's that big. You know? Not impressed. Not impressed. Not impressed at all. But hey, whatever. Hopefully Ratchet and Clank, you know, hopefully that blows up. But I will be getting both of those, streaming both of those. Twitch.tv/SkittyJ.